All right, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to scale your drone business. Okay, so let me just switch over right now just so you can see me. Give me 1 second. Alrighty, guys, so today we're going to talk about how to scale your drone business. Happy Thanksgiving. Brett Garamello, the Drone Pilot Pro here. Let's dive right into it. All right, so we have right here, all right, this is part 2 of a 3-part video series for helping you start and grow your drone business. So to grow your business or scale your drone business, that's what we're going to talk about today. So if you've already got some clients. If you didn't do so, watch yesterday's video and I talked about how to get your first client. So now that you have your first client, if you follow what I said yesterday, you'll have your first client. Now we're going to talk about scaling your drone business. So there's 3 key roles for scaling a business, okay? For scaling your drone business, okay? So I'm gonna give you those 3 keys today. And really, it's really 3 different personality types. So we'll talk about it right now. So those 3 key roles for scaling a business are: you gotta be an entrepreneur, you gotta be a manager, and you gotta be a technician, okay? So you gotta be all 3 of those things in order to grow your business, okay? So one of the main reasons why so many businesses fail, so many drone businesses fail, is because people start out, usually they only concentrate on 1 out of the 3, okay? Or maybe 2 out of the 3, but you need to have all 3 of these roles in order to have a successful drone business. All right, I'm just gonna check, give me 1 second, I'm gonna check online to see anybody's online or if everyone's just eating turkey. All right, everyone's eating turkey. All right, so we're gonna keep going. If you watch this on the replay, I'm sorry about the interruptions here. All right, let's keep going. All right, so what we're gonna talk about, because we have these 3 roles, entrepreneur, manager, and technician, we're gonna start with the entrepreneur. And the analogy, the man I'm gonna choose today, since it is Thanksgiving, I don't know, might be appropriate, might not be appropriate, but I'm going to use Christopher Columbus. Okay, so Christopher Columbus was the epitome of an entrepreneur, and I'll explain why. Okay, so as you know, Christopher Columbus, was a person who discovered the Americas, or a European who discovered the Americas in 1492. Okay, and he had these 4 core skills or 4 core traits that made him a good entrepreneur. So you'll know if you're an entrepreneur if you have these 4 skills right here. So number 1, he was a visionary. Okay, he dreamt of exploring a new land with lots of gold. And yes, having a vision or being a visionary is a skill. Of course, it can be taught, but some people have it naturally. Then he was a great planner. All right, he had a blueprint for traveling to this new land. He knew what ship he wanted. He knew the kind of crew he needed, the money, etc. In order he could plan. He knew how to plan all these things in order to make the journey a success. Okay. Then a third type of skill he had, he was a networker. So he knew how to promote the journey. This is going to be amazing. We're going to get tons of gold. We're going to get rich. It's going to be an exciting journey. Okay, it's going to be a great adventure. And we got to do it now before someone else does it. So he was a great networker, a great schmoozer, promoter. Okay, and he was also knew how to spot talent. So you could promote, but if you're promoting to the wrong people, your business isn't going to go anywhere. Now I'm using Christopher Columbus, but this is going to relate to the drone business. So just give me a second. I'm going to come back to the drone business. So if this bores you, apologize, but I thought this analogy would be a good way of telling a story that relates to business. Okay, so he knew how to spot talent. He schmoozed with the right people to get the things he needed. Okay, so he had all 4 of those skills, and he could not do it alone. Okay, so Christopher Columbus, although he had these 4 skills, he was a great entrepreneur. That alone would not guarantee him being successful. Okay, so he could not do it alone. He needed 2 other types of people to reach his goal in order to complete his journey. And as you can see in this picture right here, you see, we'll just make believe, I don't know, this is an artist's rendition of who he thought Columbus was and whatever. So this is Columbus right here, we'll say in the front. And the two other people we're going to look at, well, the workers right here, the rowers, and then this guy standing up with this little like feather in his hat, like kind of like looking on with the sword by his side. Okay, that's the guy we're going to talk about next. So this guy with the sword in his thing, and he's got the feathers right there. That guy is the manager. Okay, Columbus probably didn't call him a manager. He probably called him a first mate or whatever the terminology they used back then. So the job of the manager, the first mate, is task delegation, and he's kind of the big problem solver. Okay, so tons of things can go wrong on the boat, and when you're running a business, you're always gonna eventually run into problems. There's no business that doesn't have problems or doesn't have holes in your boat, so to speak. So the business is basically the boat, okay, so to speak. And as your business, as you go along with time, you get holes in your business, okay? You get holes in your boat. If you don't patch them up, if you don't fix them, your ship's gonna sink. Your business is gonna sink. So that was the job of the first mate or the manager. He makes sure that all the oarsmen and everyone, all the workers on the boat, they knew their job, and he was like the task manager. He makes sure, hey, are you rowing here? Let's get going. Or we need help with the sails over here. He makes sure everyone did their job, and he also, if there's things like holes in the boat and things like that, he makes sure that they took care of those so that they could get across the ocean, okay? Now, the third type of role is the technician. Now, the technician is Columbus's crew. It's all these people here rowing, working in order to get that boat to the shore. So there was obviously various types of technicians on Columbus's boat. He had the navigator, he had the carpenter, okay, he had the cook to prepare all the meals, etc., etc. So there were so many different crew roles, but most of the roles are technician. Okay, so you had Columbus, who was the entrepreneur, you had that gentleman over here who was the manager, and then you had all the other people on the boat who were technicians. Okay, now we're gonna go back to our drone business. Okay, so the technician for Columbus was his crew, all those people we just talked about. But for our drone business, the technician is the drone pilot. Okay, so he's in charge of creating the final deliverables, the photos and videos. Now, most people, when you start your business, okay, let me just switch over for a second and just talk to the screen because it's getting, I don't like to go too long. Let's see who's on. All right, Jack Robinson, good to see you. See if we got any questions over here. Happy Thanksgiving. Planner, that is why we are here. Cool, follow your analogies. Put together a support team, got it. So planning on your support team, project lead, pilot, spotter, technician. Yes, exactly. So I'm going to explain this more, and I'm also going to talk about how this relates to my own business, what I've run into personally, what I've had difficulty doing. So personally, myself, I got into starting a drone business because I love flying drones, and I think like 90% of people do that. They work at a job and they're like, forget my boss, forget the manager. I can do this better. I can go off on my own, right? So you go off on your own, you start doing it, you start flying your drone, you start getting jobs, you start making money, you're happy, right? But then as you get more and more work, more and more jobs, you realize, wait a minute, there's a lot of stuff I need to take care of here, like that. I need to hire some people. My business is growing, and we need to hire some more of those technician roles, like a spotter, like a video editor, like any sort of thing. Maybe a producer for a big shoot, stuff like this. So as you start getting these other people, you need an accountant. You need a bookkeeper to take care of your finances. So all these roles in the beginning you might try to do, but then it takes away from you being the technician. And then you also still need to be the entrepreneur because you have to have a vision for where your business is going in order to scale it. So in the beginning, people make the mistake, I made the mistake myself, I can talk from own personal experience, and I think most people do this, is that they start out with too much focus on being a technician or flying your drone. So in the beginning, if you're just starting out by yourself, you're like, Brett, what do I do? If I have to be all three of these roles, what do I do? Do I need like a split personality? Do I need to like read all these books and do everything? Well, in the beginning, you don't have to like go crazy. You just have to focus a third of your time on being a technician, third of your time on being a manager, and a third of your time on being an entrepreneur. Okay, so you got to split it a third, a third, a third. Okay, so now let's get back into the slides. I'm going to show you what you do as your business scales. All right, hope that makes sense for everybody. All right, yep. All right, so we're going to go back to the slides right here. Okay, so yeah, so there's all these different roles. You need a spotter, someone to see your drone. You need, eventually you're going to need a photo video editor. You start doing it yourself, but you start getting so many jobs like myself right now. I'm hiring video editors, and you do a real estate or some other type of shoot. You might need a voiceover, so you hire someone to do the voiceover, stuff like this. These are all just technician roles that you're going to need, okay? Because you just don't have the time. Even if you're good at all these things, eventually there's only 24 hours a day. If you want your business to grow, even if you're getting very little sleep, you still can't do this all. So you need to hire other people. So as I said, where most people fail, too much time being the technician. So you begin hiring other technicians, and the manager and entrepreneur tasks get neglected, and the business fails. So what people do is, like I said, they go from being the technician, and then often they'll hire another technician. Now you got two technicians trying to do manager and entrepreneurial tasks, but that's a totally different skill. So you have to hire someone who their skill is being a manager, okay? And ultimately, you want to be the entrepreneur, okay? So when you start your business by yourself, like I said, you need to be 33% entrepreneur, 33% manager, 33% technician. But as you scale your business, you're going to have to first hire a technician, because that's going to take the most time. Okay, so actually doing the video editing, doing the actual shooting, okay, that is what takes up a lot of time. Okay, in the beginning you can do it, but then once your business grows, the first people you got to hire are the technicians. Then if you have enough money and you have enough technicians or people flying your drone, people editing, people doing your accounting, etc., then you're going to have to hire a manager. Okay, so the manager is going to be in charge of making sure all the drone pilots are doing their job, making sure the bookkeeper is doing his job, making sure accountants doing their job, making sure everyone's doing their job that needs to be done. Okay, so you can focus 80 to 100% of your time on being an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur is looking for new work, seeing where the opportunities are, meeting with potential other businesses or clients that can really grow your business beyond just the day-to-day work. Okay, so the entrepreneurial skills are all the things that Christopher Columbus had. All right, you have to, all right, where's my business going? I have to plan. I might need to change my blueprint a little bit. All right, I need to network. I need to look for better talent. This all takes time. Okay, and then I need to sit alone. I need to meet with other people, talk with other business owners or people, other drone pilots, and come up with a vision for my business, because your business isn't always going to stay the same. It's going to change as time evolves, technology evolves, the world evolves, okay? So that's sort of the strategy for scaling your business, okay? Let's see if we have any questions before I continue. Any questions? Jack, I see you here. Alex Mo, all right, from Italy. All right, Alex. Grazie mille dell'Italia. All right, yeah. I'm half Italian, so appreciate that. All right, hire hire in skills you need to cover all the deliverables you are offering to clients. That's what Jack says. Yes, exactly. So you should know what your best skill is. And ultimately, you got to work on your entrepreneurial skills, because that's what's going to make you the most money. That's what's going to help you scale and really grow your business. So you want to be with other people who have entrepreneurial skills, but also you need to find a good manager and good technicians. Okay, so one thing I will say is, once your business does grow, all right, let me just switch over here real quick. Once your business does grow, a lot of people fail in that they neglect or they underestimate the power of a good employee or a good person working for you, independent contractor, whoever it is. So I've been at businesses before where I've delivered so much to that business. I can't get into details just because I don't want to put anyone, speak negatively of anyone, but I've been at certain jobs where I've gone above and beyond and done everything to help this business grow, and that business let me go. Like, they never gave me a raise, they never gave me commission, they didn't give me anything when I was making them hundreds and millions of dollars, right? So if someone's making you hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, you want to keep that person happy, because ultimately your biggest asset for your business is your employees. Okay? It's actually, the customer is very important, but your employees are probably your biggest asset. And a lot of people don't understand that, because when you start your business, as you grow your business, you'll realize that finding really good employees is one of the hardest things to do. So once you get them, keep them like gold. They're worth so much to your business. All right? So that's what I recommend. Your employees are really your biggest asset and the most important thing in your business. And I think a lot of business owners out there who are watching this, you'll understand if you don't have a drone business, another business, I think you would agree with me just from personal experience, the value of having great employees. Okay, so let's come back to the slides. Let's see if we got any questions here. Any questions? We got a bunch of people in the chat. Any questions here? I have been flying 3 years without Part 107. I need help. Yeah, well, you got to get your Part 107 if you want to make money. I have a Part 107 course. You can go to thedronepilotpro.com. Just scroll down. You'll see my course right there. Jack says, been there, had that happen more than once. Treating them right matters. Yes, definitely. Treating good employees, treating all your employees right matters, but keeping your good employees is such an important skill. All right. So now we're just gonna get in. Thank you for that. Now we're gonna get into Black Friday. We've got 2 days left, today and tomorrow. I just want to let you guys know about my biggest discount of the year. Okay, so if you are looking to grow your drone business, I put together a course of over 125 videos of everything from mastering your drone to getting your Part 107 license and the business skills, some of the skills that I talk about today in growing your business, okay? And I wish I knew these a long time ago, and that's why I put this together for you so you don't make the same mistakes. So in the course, on my page, thedronepilotpro.com, you can go there. I have these mini courses. Now, these are all for sale. I mean, you could purchase any one of these, but I put them all together for my premium course called Drone Pilot Pro, and that's going to be on sale Black Friday until tomorrow. There's going to be 60% off. So you can get that entire course. You can get all these courses combined for just $349. Okay, so that includes how to master your Mavic, how to get your Part 107 license, how to edit your videos fast, and how to build your business like what we talked about, lessons like today. I show you over 20 lessons like today in growing your business. This is from personal experience as well as the group of other business owners that I speak to on a regular basis who are doing much better than I am. Because you always want to surround another business skills. You want to surround yourself with people who are more talented, who are making more money with you, who are smarter than you, because then you can learn from them. Okay, so I share things I learned as well as my own personal experience in the course. Okay, then I also give you I'll show you how to color grade, give you my LUT pack, and then I have a ton of bonuses, which I'll talk about in a second. But the biggest one is you get 60% off the Adobe Creative Cloud, which will pay for the price of the course itself. So here's what some other people are saying. This was Lamar Davis. He recently passed the Part 107 exam, and he did his first job. He sent me this, I think it was a week or two ago. He sent me this. I just did a screenshot right here. Okay, then we have other gentlemen who have enrolled in my course, and they've had really great results, and they've been enjoying it. Because the thing about my courses, I try to do everything step by step and really go into detail, sort of not leave any stone unturned, so to speak. So that's the perk of joining my course. And when you join, you'll have lifetime access. Now, Black Friday offer. Now, if I taught something like this is basically 5 courses in one. If I taught it at an institution or school, you might pay several thousands of dollars. All right, I think personally this course is worth over $1,000. But right now I have it on my website at $7.99. But because it's Black Friday, I lowered it down to $3.49. So that's as low as I could possibly go. I'm practically giving it away to you. So that's the deal for Black Friday. And when you join, like I said, you will not only do you get mentorship from me, you'll get all future content. So anything I add to the course, as I add to the course, new technology come out. Okay, you get that for life. You'll get all those courses. And you also join the private Facebook group, so you'll get other people who join, and you can network with them. We can learn together and grow together. Okay, like I said, one person can't do it alone. Christopher Columbus couldn't do it alone. I can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. No one can do it alone. So the benefit of joining this course is you have other like-minded people who are serious about starting and growing their drone business. Okay, so we can all network and share our ideas and our skills together, okay, to help one another grow. And some of the bonuses in the course, you'll get my Premiere Pro presets, so things like animations, transitions, okay, you get sound effects. I have thousands of sound effects that you can add rather than going out there and recording themselves, and this will make your videos a lot better. Okay, I show you how to use those in the course. Then you also have my pre-flight checklist, so you can use this on your iPad or you can print this out just to make sure you're prepared. So when you go on a professional drone shoot, you have everything you need. Okay, this is really important. And then you get 60% off the Adobe Creative Cloud, which I use every day. Things like Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere Pro, Audition, Spark, etc. So you get all these apps right here, 60% off. Okay, once you sign up for the course. Okay, then also music is so important for your drone videos, and you don't want to get in trouble whether you upload your videos on YouTube or with a client. Okay, you need the licensing. So the licensing is so important, but you don't have to worry about this when you sign up for Artlist, Soundstripe, or MusicBed. These are the 3 licensing platforms that I use. Personally, I think I like Artlist the most, then maybe MusicBed after that, but they are all very good. So I give you an option of all 3, and I give you discounts on all 3 when you sign up. And then when you join, you get lifetime membership for all these courses, and you get a 14-day money-back guarantee. So you can try it out for 14 days. If you don't like it, even with the Black Friday discount, if you're still not happy, just send me an email, and I won't ask you any questions. I'll just give you a full refund. Okay, so you got nothing to lose. And yeah, and you can also, by the way, you can pay with PayPal or however you want to pay, so you instantly get your money back as well if you're not happy. But I'm sure you will. Obviously, that's the whole point. I made the course to help people. But if it makes you feel better, got the 14-day money back guarantee. Okay, so below this video, you can enroll. It is 60% off. Okay, that deal ends at midnight on Friday. Or you can just go to thedronepilotpro.com and I have the link there as well. All right, guys, that's it for today. Let's see if we have any questions before I go. All right, let's jump in here. Okay, we got a bunch of people in the chat here. Jack gives it a thumbs up. Jack, I really appreciate you, man. Always supporting. Mark P says Adobe is expensive and predatory. I'd use Affinity or DaVinci. Yeah, I've used DaVinci, although I will say I've used these other platforms, and to me, Adobe just makes my workflow the fastest. It's the easiest. It also has, it's kind of like the most universal, so when you use it with clients and so forth, it's a lot easier because everyone sort of uses it. With the discount, you get all those platforms. You get, it's not really that expensive. I think it's like a little over $20 a month. It's between $22 a month, something like that. So for all those platforms, for $20 and change a month, to me that's pretty cheap for if you're doing this full time professionally. Trying to cover that license battle at this point. Yeah. So one thing let me just go back to that. Jack asked about the licensing. So for the licensing, where is it? Right here. I have in the course I use Artlist, Soundstripe, MusicBed. Artlist, the good thing, the reason I like them, their licensing, is because even if in the future, if you decide to cancel your subscription, if you use some of their music, you're covered for life. And also covers commercial work, whereas MusicBed, you have to pay different licensing fees, whereas Artlist and Soundstripe are kind of like one fee for everything, whether that's with a commercial client or your own work. So I would look towards Artlist or Soundstripe if you're worried about the licensing. Even though MusicBed, they do have some amazing songs too, so it really depends on the project. Okay. All right. And Jack says, yearly Adobe Creative Cloud lets you have any up-to-date Adobe program. Yes, it keeps you up to date. I got the new, let me see on my screen right here, I got the new Premiere Pro 2022, Adobe Photoshop 2022. So, you know, for next year, basically, they recently updated those. So yes, you get all that. All right. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm not gonna keep you any longer. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And Brett Caramello, the Drone Pilot Pro, happy Thanksgiving. And remember, tomorrow, 1 p.m., I do another live stream where I show you, sort of like today, but I'm going to show you all the little tips and tricks that I've learned that I wish I knew when I started my business. So if you want to tune into that, tomorrow, 1 p.m., have a great day.